Hello, YouTube people out there. This is NHI 1975. It is November 2nd, 2024. And just kind of on a side note, this time last year, November 2nd, 2024, I was actually driving the truck down to pick up my shafter off a short block. So time flies. I just want to start the video out by saying thanks to everyone and their support for my sort of cancer announcement and thanks for all that. Especially I have to thank a guy named Gary in Michigan, uh, who I know through one of the forums I'm on. I had a phone conversation with him, and just a great guy, and he had some excellent bracket racing stories. He's a very accomplished bracket racer in the state of Michigan, so it's always nice to hear that and hear someone being dedicated to sports. So Gary and his wife are doing all right down there in Michigan. I'm just gonna just for the video today. I thought I'd do it on my trailer because I finally got most of it done, and I just want to show you guys what the trailer is all about. It's kind of an interesting trailer, and the upgrades I just finished. So let me tell you all about the trailer. All right, guys. I bought this trailer last year, and I guess the rundown of it. I'm just looking at the Facebook Marketplace ad that I sort of retained here. It was actually built in 2022. It's a tandem open car trailer. It's a 20-foot deck, 4-foot beaver tail, and a 4-foot tongue. So it's actually 28 feet overall. So it's a pretty big trailer. It has like LED lights. The left side fender's removable. It's got aluminum ramps that I use, and it was originally built for something on the ad called late model super modified car, but I tried to do some research. This thing was from like somewhere in Muskoka, Ontario, which I think is like cottage country or something. But I know what super modified are, so let's pretend this thing carried a super modified. It was custom built for a super modified race car, let's say. And super modified, I'll just give you a little history, is an interesting class. I actually went to a race. A lot of it's centered out of the northeastern part of America, and then some of Canada too. There's some, I guess, super modified racers down there, but it's in a place called Oswego, New York. I went and actually saw a super modified race, and these cars are kind of, they're freaky looking. Like everything's kind of the engine's off to one side, and here I'll show you a picture of it. But anyways, it's I went down there. It's, and the nickname of that place is called the Steel Palace in Oswego, New York. And it's interesting because it's nicknamed that because I guess initially for the walls surrounding the track they used old I guess ship the sides of ships, like the big I guess Great Lakes freighters, and they cut those up and they just stacked them, so it's kind of a cool fenced in area. And even up here in where I live, we had some super modified come up here in the 60s, 70s, 80s even. And there's a track called Capital City, which actually put a little bit of a drag strip on the side of their track, I guess somewhat recently. And I actually raced there, so here's a shot of that. And yeah, but the track, that Capital City Raceway, has been closed for quite a few years. But yeah, I mean, there was even a racer, he used to come up here supposedly back in the day, named Richie Evans. who was a great super modified racer. He unfortunately perished in a crash, but he actually came up to Capital City and used to run up here back in the day. So there are some kind of super modified connections up here. So, but anyways, as you can tell, like, they built this trailer specifically for that super modified type of car, and they kept this all open here, the center open, so that they could you know, work on it as if they needed to, so it was easy to access. These panels here come off too, so that was nice. I had to redo a bunch of the wiring, and they come off. It has something called a torsion bar instead of having a leaf spring under there. I'll try to get you to look. So it actually has something called a torsion bar suspension. The axles are just the 3500. They're just the 5 luggers, but it's still within spec, I think, to pull my car. Yeah, and the thing is too, is the wheels are very far back, the axles, because I guess that was part of it as well. So to load it, I loaded the Monty with the back end here, because we did a tongue weight test on it, put a meter under the tongue, under here of course, and anyways, it showed 700 pounds when it was loaded back with the back, and it showed like one over the meter if it was frontwards in terms of the engine being here. So it's better for it to be loaded that way, I think. But yeah, it was custom built. Someone spent a lot of time and money on it, and I got it for a pretty good price. So yeah, I guess that's it really, just for the trailer overview. I'll just do a short video here. So we did get the box mounted here. The box got, my neighbor really helped me on this. We just used actually this is bed frame. Bed frame's good for just cheapness in terms of people are throwing out bed frames constantly, but it's very hard to drill through. We actually, and it's weird, some areas you could drill through somewhat easily, but some you couldn't. He actually just used this plasma cutter and put some holes in. But there's there's what we did there. So we elevated it, so then the winch could be, there'd be no obstructions for using the winch. But so, and we didn't have to modify the actual toolbox, the truck toolbox itself. So I also moved this as well, this controller unit, which was on top here, which was getting in the way. If this got bundled up, if the cable got bundled up, it would end up interfering with that. So that's tucked out of the way now. But yeah, this is great. So it has the hydraulics. This was fixed as well. My neighbor did that. He re-welded some of the aluminum, so that works. And yeah, I just ended up going with a marine battery, 27M. There's other alternatives I do to might power it up for later, but for now it's okay. But as you can tell, that it fits in there nicely. I ordered a battery tray off Amazon, so I'll put that on, and I'll also put an outside cutoff switch, so that'll help. Yeah, so that turned out real nice. It just was a lot of work drilling all those holes. And yeah, and also now I have a fair lead. So the fair lead should prevent this from bunching up much more than it already is. But here's a little shot of this thing in action here. So as you can tell, it works fairly well. You'll just pull this out and then pull that out, obviously, and then hook that on the car. So I also extended my cord a lot, so I can use it to sort of guide the car on better. I can go up and steer it. Maybe one day I might get the remote switch option. But yeah, that's it really. I mean, this trailer came out pretty nice, to tell you the truth. It should be set up way better for next year. And just looking forward to racing. I'm hoping to put it away fairly soon. It is starting to get cold up here. But I just want to take the dry car out and get it weighed. What I'll do is I'll bring it to a scrap place and just bring some scrap in the back of the truck. Oh, there's the ramps, the aluminum ramps for the trailer. But anyways, put that on the trailer, and then just bring a little scrap, throw the scrap out, and then I'll be able to get an idea of how much everything weighs in terms of the trailer, truck trailer, and the dry car. So I actually have done individual weigh-ins where I've gone with just the trailer. So I should be able to figure out roughly the weight of the dry car, which would be nice. And yeah, that's it really. And then just put the trailer away for storage. Try to do some stuff on the truck while the weather's not too cold, but it is cold today. And then eventually start working on the Monty. In the winter, I might box in the torque arms or something. I don't know what I'll do for that, but I want to do some work under this. So anyways, I guess that's just a short video of what's all of the trailer completion in terms of the upgrades. And I also had to redo some of the wiring in here. Another pain in the neck, but luckily it was easy to move the panel off. There was no split loom in some places, and there's not a lot of rubberized hose clamps, so I added some. So I added the rubberized hose clamps. So anyways, yeah, that's it. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for watching, guys, and yeah, I appreciate all the support, and we'll just keep going on and keep fixing stuff.